Dozens of people lie dead in the cathedral's rubble, including my father. I know I must carry on. Yet Archdruid Orlaith, she also took my mentor, the person I counted on my whole life. She murdered Raval. We must end Orlaith's madness. Somehow. I can't leave Vestir. Someone has to pick up the pieces, and that responsibility now falls on me. Find Druid Laurel. She needs to know that Archdruids Raval and Elec are dead. That Orlaith and the Firesong have the sacred seeds. She told us as the cathedral collapsed. She's going to proclaim herself the new Druid King. But while she has the seeds, she still needs the sower. Free has a part to play in all this, but they'll need your help. Find them, friend. Keep them safe. Laurel and Free remained at Glimmertarn to direct Stonelore stragglers and to avoid the Firesong. Make speed, friend. If Archdruid Orlaith seeks the sower mentioned in the dream, both Laurel and Free are in danger. I can't bear to lose Laurel, too. As much as I want to confront Archdruid Orlaith at your side, I have responsibilities. I'm heir to my father's title, and his duties. From this day forth, I must think of the people of Galen first. They need to see that House Marnard still stands. Is there anywhere I can guarantee Free safety? Archdruid Orlaith laid siege to Vestir to get the sacred seeds. She will come for Free. I trust Laurel to make sure Free isn't easy to find, but that puts Laurel in danger too. Yes, of course. Laurel is a close friend. I doubt Orlaith would harm Free. She thinks she needs the spirit. But we saw how Orlaith deals with anyone who interferes with her ambitions. I don't want to see Laurel share Raval's fate. Obviously it had something to do with the quake we experienced, but why only one structure fell, I just don't know. It does show that the volcano is becoming more dangerous. Raval said it was because the Firesong were neglecting their duties.
Friend, what news of Vestir? Why are the spirits of the island in such distress? The very spirits all around us cry out in fear and sorrow. Even Free says they sense a change in the sacred seeds. Tell me about the battle in Vestir. Is Stefan all right? I fear something terrible has happened. Archdruid Raval is dead? I knew something had gone wrong. The spirits of nature that surround Glimmertarn were acting so strangely. But if the Archdruids are dead, what happened to the sacred seeds? Blight and damnation! Free told me they sensed the seeds stirring, moving. I couldn't think of any good reason to account for that, and neither could Free. But what about Vestir? Does the city still stand? At least something good has come of all this. But poor Stefan. His father wasn't a friend to the Druids, but he mostly left us alone, unlike some of his predecessors. Free said they felt the seeds calling. Maybe they can help us track them down. I knew this had to do with the prophecy, the dream of Kasserine. But for anyone to proclaim themselves the Druid King, even an Archdruid, it's just unheard of. That isn't how it's supposed to work. Talk to Free. See if they still sense the seeds. I don't know. And our other Archdruids died in the attack on the Dreyfa. At some point, I'll need to send for an Elder or Archdruid from High Isle. But for now, we're on our own. In the meantime, I'll do my best to lead the way Reval taught me.
That which dreamed through seasons uncounted now awakens. The sacred seeds sing to me. Together now, they find their voice. They tell me to come to them. Soon, I must answer. You do not hear their song? I hear it. Yes, I can guide you to the seeds. They are my purpose. I cannot be kept from my purpose. Bound. Yet, there's choice. What is your purpose? In the direction of the rising sun. The point on the isle where that first happens. I will help you find the seeds and keep them safe until crown, staff, and gauntlet must flower. That time is soon. It is not for me to tell seeds not to grow. Go, friend, toward the sunrise, toward the song. I will walk with Druid Laurel, and we shall meet you by the sanctum of the last Druid King, Ivyheim. No, before they were distant, quiet, whispers and dreams. Now that the seeds are together, they stir again. They are finding their voices, remembering what they are, calling out to me. Seeds cannot unsprout, even if I ask them nicely. The seeds are together. I do not think they will want to part again, not before crown, staff, and gauntlet are regrown. If this is the appointed season, the seeds will grow. If it is not, no power can make them act against their nature. It would be wrong for Orlaith to take crown, staff, and gauntlet. Bad. But it is also wrong to deny growth when the season is upon them. How can I choose between wrongs? I have not learned to do that.
Go on ahead. Free and I will meet you near Ivyheim. Be careful. There are more Firesong druids here than I expected. Archdruid Orlaith must be planning something big to bring this many of her circle from I'ffelon. Free senses the seeds within the Veil. After all the trouble Orlaith caused to get them, she won't let them out of her sight. There's a door at the heart of Ivyheim. A place of the Druid King. It hasn't been opened in centuries. Maybe she's there? The Ivy Throne, or so the legends say, where the last Druid King held court. If she really seeks to become the new king, that's a good place to start. You and Free check out the door while I scout the rest of the Vale. I'll catch up with you later. While I take a look around the rest of the Vale, you and Free find the door to the Ivy Throne. It's east of here, almost to the coast. We need to find Archdruid Orlaith and recover the sacred seeds. Good luck, friend, and guard Free well. For all my time studying the history of Druid King Казорейна, that's been one of my primary questions. Is the Ivy Throne a metaphor? Is there an actual throne, like the one High King Emmerich sits upon? We just don't know for sure. Because so many of our records have been lost. The Druids were almost wiped out a number of times in our history, and the Druid King's sanctum in Ivyheim has been sealed since his death. No one has passed through that door in countless seasons. We shouldn't take any chances. Orlaith has accomplished things we never expected. If she made her way to the Ivy Throne, or whatever waits behind that door, we need to find out. And Free might sense something, like they did at Cloage.
The seeds are all together now. Close. Just beyond the old stones dreaming in this vale. The seeds. Archdruid Orlaith approaches. Hide, friend of Laurel. Hide! Here, behind this rock.
The throne hall remains closed, Archdruid. The seeds won't open the door.
We've wasted enough time here. I must return to I'ffellon. Use every druid we brought here and find the sower. The seeds must be regrown. I'll sit upon the ivy throne when I am crowned king.
The seeds. Gone. So close, but now out of reach. Archdruid understands nothing. The seeds cannot be commanded. They must be asked. Invited. I sense another song here. Very old. It calls to me. Long ago, mortal hands taught the stones of this place a song. A promise. A greeting. Not a song for mortals. A song for me. I must look upon the door in the hillside. Yes, the sealed door that Laurel spoke of. The door the Firesong Archdruid could not open. At the top of these steps. The song of this place calls to me. There must be a way inside. Let us find it. Locked by ancient power, but the stones sing me the key. Find the 3 druid stones nearby and wake them, moral friend. The stone awakens. The song grows louder. Good. That stone wakes too. The door calls to me. Let us go inside, friend of Laurel. I have never been here, yet it feels familiar. These stones were told to remember King Казорейна and to wait for me. Yes, the song is louder in here, more insistent. It wants to fulfill its purpose, like me, like the seeds. The song is from King Казорейna's season, but it is not from the Druid King. not exactly. A little. His voice calling me from the green. The song of his magic, strong and good. He gave me into the care of the weirds before my eyes ever opened to the light of this world. They tended me while I dreamed, until the Firesong woke me. Understanding. I was summoned to quicken the seeds, crown, staff, and gauntlet, but I do not know why King Kasserine made them sleep. So how can I know when to wake them? We should explore. Learn. I will follow you. The song I feel in these old stones, it comes from somewhere ahead. We should keep going. Explore. Listen. Learn. I sense spirits called from the green, bound into the shapes of fawns and darker forms to defend this place. They may not know me. They have waited a very long time, forgotten themselves and grown wild. Be careful, Laurel friend. The song calls to me. Touch the moon.
Protect us from harm.
The Ivy Throne. Careful, friend of Laurel. I sense a powerful burden nearby. The song is strong here. Touch the moat and see what I see.
This stone tablet records Kasseraine's final dream. Dark betrayal followed by seeds of hope. We have punished the guilty, stricken their names. To heal we forget. But the sower must remember. Enter the garden.
Come, friend of Laurel. The garden is this way. Why did the song lead me here? Touch the moat, Laurel friend.
I prepared a cauldron and planted 3 herbs in this garden. The sower knows the elixir of Y'ffre's thoughts. Mix, drink, and see what I saw the day the Druid King died.
I am the sower, and I remember this elixir. Come talk with me, Laurel friend. The Elder foresaw this day, when I would be drawn to his song, and that I would not be alone. This elixir, it is the same as a potion the weirds used to commune with me while I slumbered. It connects the now to the then, the here to the there. Though I slumbered, I learned much from my time with the weirds. They would drink the elixir and commune with me, teach, talk, listen. Gather herbs from each part of the garden, and I will create the elixir. It will show us what the Elder wants us to see. We will become a dream, a memory, and in that way, we will remember. But it is you who must drink. Only a mortal vessel can understand a mortal memory. I will see, too, through you. Fawn's tongue, a potent ward against evil. Death Bell. A taste lets you dream with your eyes open. Foxglove. A mere pinch weakens the boundary between now and then. Good. Now place the herbs into the cauldron. Something else is needed. Something of mine. Now drink. Together, we will walk in Elder Avon's memories.
Elder Avon, I need your help. The day I hoped to avert is upon us. A hunger for power will destroy everything we hope to build here in the archipelago. Now druids slay druids, fighting over a throne like the very elves we left behind on the mainland. Has it been so long since you served as my apprentice, Avon? Have you forgotten the Temple of I'ffellona? Our misguided brothers and sisters defile this most hallowed place with their violence. Followers of the All-Wither among the Firesong Circle. While most of that circle serve the cycle of creation, those who revere the All-Wither worship only death and decay. They seek to seize the Ivy Throne, to lead us into an age of unending darkness. I must return my regalia, crown, staff, and gauntlet to Y'ffre. The season of the Druid King must end. For now. Meanwhile, we need to make preparations so my dream comes to pass. Escort me to Elder Verlene in the ritual chamber. This ends today. The ritual chamber lies to the south. Take the passage that leads up. Be on your guard, old friend. The followers of the All-Wither are already inside the temple. We must return the regalia to Y'ffre before they stop us. From seeds were the crown, staff, and gauntlet called forth. To seeds we must return them. You have heard my dream, Avon. How the sower will one day awaken, once the schism that divides our people is finally mended. You're sure you're all right, Avon? The dream is my prophecy of two futures, one good, one bad. The sower is the key, a spirit I called from the green and left in the care of the Weirds. Free. You must prepare the message for them, as we discussed. These troubled times confuse even me, my friend. Verlene is my closest counselor. A loyal Firesong, all too familiar with the threat posed by those sworn to the All-Wither. He is in danger too, from those who call him a traitor to their cause. You need to know more than that they are here and desire our deaths. Forgive me, I share your confusion. We did not guess how prevalent the All-Wither's influence had become. Many powerful Firesong druids have fallen under its dark influence. A difficult question. Firesong druids revere the great cycle of creation and destruction, death and rebirth. But those who give themselves to the All-Wither see only half of this endless wheel. The dark half. They must not gain the Ivy Throne.
I am with you, girlfriend. You are Elder. And there is King Kasserine. I remember him.
Up here, Avon. Elder Verleen waits in the
The
ritual
Druid King is older. Old one. Many seasons passed since he left me with the Weirds.
There
The
are none
ritual
left to stand
chamber is
against
beyond
us.
the door just ahead. Begin the ritual at once, Elder Verleen. Elder Avon, I require your assistance.
If you are certain, my king, yet I wish there was another way.
The Temple of I'ffellon. I hear its song, even in this dream.
Elder Verleen has the regalia, and will begin the ritual. I hope that when I laid down my authority, when I left the throne for the forest, the shadow over our people would have passed. Now I see that more is required. Will you remember everything you see, Avon? When the prophecy is fulfilled and a new king arises, the seeds must be brought here and blessed by the sower I spoke of in my dream. You must preserve this moment to instruct the sower. Now, go help Verleen. We need the light of the moons to shine upon the sacred pools in this chamber. Mara's tear and Shandar's sorrow must witness and sanctify our deeds this night. Elder Verleen can tell you what to do. I must prepare myself.
I fear the Druid King is making a mistake. These symbols are gifts from Y'ffre. For centuries, our kings have worn them with wisdom and mercy. I begged Kasserine not to take them from those who come after us, but he insists. If we must do this, then yes, we need the light of Mara's tear and Shandar's sorrow. On each side of the balcony stands a druid stone. Turn them both to face the sacred pool. That will call the light of the moons to sanctify this place.
Y'ffre, hear us. Return crown, staff, and gauntlet to the seeds from whence they came.
This is folly, Kasserine. You leave me no choice. All wither, guide my blade.
Betrayed! Why, Verleen? Begone! I banish you! The followers of the All-Wither. More insidious than I thought. A poisoned blade in the hand of a trusted friend. This proves I was right. Crown, staff, gauntlet. They must return to the green. You must help me, Avon. Gather the sacred seeds. Help me summon Erdir the Guardian. A powerful ally for the sower. A protector to ensure that only a worthy king regrows the seeds. Then give one seed to each druid circle to guard, to keep. Oak to Elder Tide, Rowan to Stone Law, Ash for the Firesong untainted by the All-Wither. One last thing. Go to the Ivy Throne. Seal it. No one must enter until the sower awakens. Thank you, my old friend. Take the seeds. Go to the center of the chamber. Touch the mote of light. Touch the mote to begin the summoning. I will do the rest. Erdir is a spirit from the green. It will protect this place until a new druid king arises. Erdir, that task I leave in your hands. Rally the circles against those who follow the All-Wither. Defeat them. Bind them in the mountain. Then, let them be forgotten. There can be no healing while druids seek power and harm one another. Touch the moat, and I will summon Erdir the Guardian. Deliver the seeds and seal the Ivy Throne.
From the then to the now. Come, let us speak of what we saw. Dream. Memory. I walked with Elder Avon just as you did. I saw the one who called me from the green. Казорейн, the Druid King. I understand much more now. Was not Erdir the Guardian wonderful? Wild and fierce, a spirit called from the green, like I was. It is bound to protect crown, staff, and gauntlet. The Firesong risk much to awaken its anger. Erdir waits, as I did. The Firesong must return the seeds to the place we saw in the then, the Temple of I'ffellon. I know how to call Erdir. A song of defense. It is my choice. Perhaps she may think she can bind Erdir, command it with crown, staff, and gauntlet, but King Казорейн told some spirits to make their own choices. I am one, Erdir is another. We should find Druid Laurel. She will know what to do next. Druid Laurel studies the old lore. Young, yet wise. We must tell her what we learn from the Elder's memory. Let us try this passage. I sense gentle wind and open sky beyond. Spirits are bound to purpose. We do not change. But the purpose King Kasserine gave me was to make a choice for him. He could not know how to make the choice, so he did not bind me. I can grow, learn, decide. To know the worthy. I am the sower, but I can choose when to quicken the seeds, and for whom. Druid Laurel talked about it. It stands on the island of I'ffellon, a cathedral of the green, long ago, still sacred. Now we know Erdir waits there. I have never been in that place, but I remembered it in the Elder's memory. We saw the same memory. The choices that led the Druid King and Elder Verleen to the temple are forgotten now. But I know the Allwither. It is of the green, yet it hates what it is. It hungers for what it is not. Some betrayed. Not all. Only those in the grip of the Allwither. Those are the ones that were stricken, forgotten. The rest were forgiven. I think Orlaith remembers, knows what others forgot, and so sees the dream differently. Firesong druids. Dead. Laurel's staff. Where is Laurel? Take the staff, Laurel friend. She would not leave it unattended. I understand the pattern of what occurred. Druid Laurel was scouting, came upon these Firesong druids. They fought. She was overpowered, taken away. The leaves tremble for her. So do I. I no longer sense Druid Laurel nearby. If the Firesong took her, they would go to Archdruid Orlaith, to I'ffellon. A ploy, I think, to capture me. I would like to see the City of Stone. Find Laurel friend Stefan. He can help us. Laurel trusts him. Likes him. I will meet you in Vestir, Laurel friend.
The cathedral, it just crumbled. And with all those people inside.
Why would the Divines allow such a thing to happen? And with Count Mornard inside.
I heard that Sir Stefan survived the attack. That's something, at least.
Please, I'm looking for Dame Fada. She was with the knights protecting the cathedral district during the attack.
We're still sorting this all out. As soon...
Ah, Dulith, our friend returns. Where are Laurel and Free?
Stay your weapons. I bear a message from Archdruid Orlaith.
Very well then, speak.
Bring the sower to the Temple of I'ffellon. If you refuse, Orlaith will complete the prophecy with the blood of her prisoners.
You wouldn't dare.
Archdruid Orlaith will not be denied. Don't make her wait long.
Gather round. We have much to discuss. Damn Orlaith and her Firesong. They took townsfolk prisoner before they fled, but we weren't sure why. Now we know. She plans to use them as sacrifices. Damn her eyes. Wait, where are Laurel and Free? Didn't you bring them back with you? Laurel, captured? Is there no end to this outrage? Our own forces are still recovering from the siege of Vestir, but even at full strength, we'd be hard-pressed to assault the Firesong on their island. What of Free? Did the spirit return with you? Visions and prophecies, that's what started this chaos. If Orlaith can't get the Sower, she'll use the blood of Laurel and my people to make herself the Druid King. Tell me you found something. Give me a reason to hope. I am in sore need of it. A guardian. You bring mixed tidings, friend. I can't bear the thought of Laurel in Firesong hands, but if Free can help us defeat Archdruid Orlaith, I'll swear my house and life to the cause. Thank you. Perhaps we're not helpless after all. The Firesong took captives during the attack on Vestir, and they have Druid Laurel. I must protect my people, but I can't trade one life for another, even many others. Unless... yes, we give Archdruid Orlaith exactly what she demanded. Free is our secret weapon. Dulef will take Free to the Temple of I'ffelon just as Archdruid Orlaith demanded. Then, while Free stalls her with this guardian you told me about, you and I rescue the captives from the Firesong, including Laurel. We land on the far side of the island with my knights and free my people while Orlaith conducts her ritual. I'll arrange passage to I'ffelon. Find Free and get them to agree to the plan, then meet me at the docks. You'll be well rewarded, friend. Dulef will take Free to a House Monard galleon. He'll escort them to I'ffelon and protect them while we rescue Druid Laurel and the others. As for our transportation, we need different arrangements. I'll meet you at the docks soon. Then we still attempt to rescue the captives from Archdruid Orlaith. If Free isn't willing to help, I won't try to force them. We'll do our best without the distraction Free would provide. I plan to hire Captain Sirvain's ship. The Mad Maiden is anchored just outside Vastir's walls, and she has no love for the Firesong Druids. Her ship and crew are battle-tested. They'll be perfect for what we need to do. Captain Sirvain strikes me as someone who pays her debts. Without your help, her ship and crew would still be in the Dreadsail's hands, and Sea Lord Nalos would be alive. I might remind her of that. And my generous offer of gold should also help.
Look! The green has not forsaken this place of stone. There are flowers, insects, life. Laurel friend, I have been thinking, how can we help Druid Laurel? I do not wish to see her come to harm, but no flowers blossom, no seeds of thought sprout. I am sad. I have grown much since my awakening, blossomed, made friends. Druid Laurel is my friend. What can I do to help? Others would come to harm? Because of me? No. That is not my purpose. That is wrong. But the Archdruid needs me to grow the seeds, to reforge the regalia, to make her the Druid King. That is wrong too. Ah. Understanding cuts like the sun through clouds. Deception. Archdruid Orlaith will try to compel me, force me to do as she wants, not as King Kasserine intended. But Erdir, the Guardian, is there. They will help me. So I will help you. I will go with friend Dulef, give myself to Archdruid Orlaith. Then, I will wake Erdir the Guardian. Call them to fulfill their ancient duty. Please, find Druid Laurel. Save her. Too much blood has watered these lands already. I am not the same Free who emerged from the Bower. I will not be easily bound by the Firesong or their Archdruid. Not again.
We have an agreement, Captain Siravain? You'll get us to I'ffelon and we'll do the rest?
We do, Sir Stefan. The skiff at the pier will take you to the Mad Maiden when you're ready.
Captain Siravain and I reached an agreement. She's happy to let me hire the Mad Maiden, especially if she gets another chance to bloody the Firesong Circle. She isn't quite done settling scores. Is Free willing to go to I'ffelon? Good. Tell Captain Siravain when you're ready to sail while I gather a few of my knights. With luck, the Mad Maiden can slip us into I'ffelon without anyone noticing. We can land at Cinderwash Point. We think they're holding the captives there. Dulif will deliver Free to the Temple of I'ffelon. Hopefully by the time we arrive, everyone will be too focused on Free and whatever the Archdruid is doing to pay any attention to us. But be ready, friend. I have no doubt we're in for a fight. Sailing into battle aboard a Sea Elf pirate ship. I never imagined I'd do that. Talk to Captain Siravain when you're ready to board. My knights and I will be right behind you. It's a great hall built into the natural caverns and old lava tubes beneath Mount Firesong. The Druids constructed it after King Kasserine led them to these islands. Archdruid Raval took me there once. Years ago, when I was studying with the Stone Lore. Back then, the Firesong were more connected to the other circles. We only visited the outer chambers. The central area was sealed off long ago, after it became the tomb of the last Druid king.
So the Lord then convinced you to go on this little excursion too? Good. We can use another steady hand. Just try to keep your lunch down once we reach the open water. Just climb aboard the skiff when you're ready, and it will ferry you to the Mad Maiden. Then it's off to I'ffelon as quick as the wind will take us. Bear this in mind. On the Mad Maiden, I'm the captain. If I tell you to do something, do it. The Firesong Circle sailed off with at least 3 good Dreadsail warships. I doubt those oyster shuckers know how to handle them, but they're out there somewhere. Plus whatever scows they use to get from island to island. Might be rough seas ahead. If you intend to go to I'ffelon with the rest of us, climb in the skiff. The Mad Maiden's anchored just around the point. My part's simple enough. Get you, the Lordling, and his knights over to I'ffelon Island. Then bring anyone you rescue back to Galen. I suppose sailing away and offering them for ransom would be in poor form? Sir Stefan paid me. With the trouble on Galen, there aren't many pickings left for a pirate, but mercenary work, that's looking up. Besides, I could use a port where folk think well of the Gilded Blades. Most places, they try to kill us on sight.
Stand there, see you safely to your rest.
Friend, let's clear the deck.
the bell, mercenary, and get up here and crew this ballista. Gilded blades, ready the forward ballista.
Say to some celebratory
Board that scow alongside us. Use her ballistas against that last Firesong ship.
You defy the Firesong! Fool, you will die on this deck. Ha! You will never retake this ship.
This battle is won. Come, speak with me. You fight like a sea elf. I'd sail into battle with you anytime. Now stay out of the way and let my gilded blades cut the Mad Maiden free so we can get underway again. Your work here is done, mercenary. Head below and rest up for the fight on I'ffelon. The real battle is still ahead of you. My crew can take care of that Firesong scow burning alongside us. The Lordling hired me to get him and his knights to I'ffelon, and that's what I'm going to do. We've accounted for the dread sail ships the Firesong took from Bastia, but there might be others around. The sooner we're on our way, the better. Never you fear, Master. No mercenary. We can handle it from here.
Daedra way. Little rhyme I told myself as a squire.
It won't take the Firesong long to notice our presence. We must strike quickly. Come, friend. I know what we must do. Captain Sylvain was as good as her word and got us to I'ffelon, but we must assume we lost the element of surprise. We need to split up and find Laurel and the other captives. My knights are already ashore. Head east along the beach and join them. Free any townsfolk you find, send them to the Mad Maiden. I'll head toward the temple. Meet me there when you can.
Sir Stefan, the Firesong hold our folk in Cinderwash, just as you thought. No sign of Archdruid Orlaith, though.
She must be in the temple. Come with me, knight. Friend, I leave the rescue of the captives in your hands.
Thank you for saving us. The druids hold more prisoners to the south.
Over here, mate. Get us out of this blasted cage. That's better. Now, we need to talk. The plan worked. At least the part where Free and I surrendered to Archdruid Orlaith. Then she took Free to the temple and ordered her druids to toss me in here. Aye. The Firesong dragged her to the temple along with Free. Orlaith made some ugly threats, but Laurel was unharmed when last I saw her. She'd better stay that way, or the Firesong will have to answer to me. And to Stefan as well. Take the path to the west, and follow it toward the mountain. You'll come to a door that leads to the temple. I'll need a moment. The Firesong were none too gentle with me. Then I'll make sure these folk get to safety. Head for the temple, mate.
City dwellers live without grass and earth beneath their feet.
Good timing, friend. I'm going to need your help against the Firesong in this ancient temple. We stand in the Temple of I'ffellon. The tomb of Druid King Казорейна is somewhere in here, according to the legends. Archdruid Orlaith defiles this sacred place with her violence and rage. Did you find the captives, Druid Laurel? Then the first part of our mission has been a success. We still need to save Laurel and Free, and find a way to stop Archdruid Orlaith. I've had little luck so far. I scouted the temple's outer passages, but too many Firesong guard the way ahead. That was my thought. The tomb is said to lie at the heart of the old temple. Where else would Orlaith perform the ritual to claim the regalia and name herself the new Druid King? Let's go get back our friends and put an end to that ritual. Firesong will do whatever they can to stop us from reaching the Archdruid. Be prepared for anything.
I hope I would get some assistance.
Passage to the right. That's Laurel's voice.
Thank you, friend. Archdruid Orlaith has already started her ritual. We have to get to the tomb. Archdruid Orlaith has Free and has started the ritual. She's trying to regrow the sacred seeds into the Druid King's regalia. We have to stop her. All I know is the legend. How after the Druid King died, they decided to bury him in the temple's shrine. Then they sealed the place, and it's been closed off ever since. I was scouting the Vale when I ran into too many Firesong to deal with. They overpowered me, dragged me here, and presented me to Archdruid Orlaith. She threatened to hurt me if Free didn't cooperate, then locked me in here. Hey, is that my staff? Thanks. You don't realize how much you rely on something until it's gone. We need to get into the tomb, but it isn't going to be easy. Orlaith's got an...
Wait, friend. I'll signal Free to call upon the Guardian. Then we can make our move.
It is time, Sower. Quicken the seeds.
Free, we're here! Awaken the Guardian!
The regalia are not for you, false king.
Wait! What are you doing?
Guardian.
Firesong, yield. Orlaith led us to dark places. Forgive us, sower of the dream.
Forgiveness is for the Dreyfa to decide. Laurel friend, I need your wisdom. Please.
Look! Free holds the regalia of the Druid King.
My purpose was to regrow the seeds, to help crown, staff, and gauntlet blossom once again. But it is not for me to wield them. I do not know. It is not the place of a spirit of the green to decide for mortals. It is a question for the Dreyfa, I think. Like intertwined roots, wisdom must come from counsel taken together. Yet, the three circles still live. Eldertide, Stonelore, Firesong. From their surviving elders, a new Dreyfa can be called. They can decide whether the season of a new Druid King is truly upon us, or not. I will carry the crown, staff, and gauntlet until the Druids decide what to do. But not here. This place has served its purpose. We should leave this place, friend of Laurel. Erdir the Guardian is ill at ease with so many trespassing in the tomb. Erdir the Guardian is awake, but the danger is past. We should depart before the Great Spirit turns its attention to us. We are intruders here, too, after all. Let us return to Vastir and finish our talk there. We saw Elder Avon give the Firesong a seed in the Ancient Then. They overcame the blight of the Allwither. In the now, they will overcome Orlaith's darkness. They must, if the Druids are to be made whole. Erdir's task was to guard this place until a new Druid King claimed crown, staff, and gauntlet. The seeds are regrown, but there is no king yet. Erdir's purpose is now cloudy, unclear, rootless, as is mine. King Kasserine saw much in his dream, yet I do not think he saw this. I quickened the sacred seeds as foretold. The task is done, yet I'm still here, unbound, free to choose. I must find a new purpose, a new choice.
There you are. Everyone else is aboard the Mad Maiden and sailing for Galen, Stefan. I can open a portal to Vastir, unless you plan to swim.
The portal will do nicely. Let's meet at Castle Mornard.
Come along, Free. We shouldn't linger here.
Crown, staff, and gauntlet are whole again. What do I do with them?
Together, they make too tempting a target. Let's separate them until a new Dreyfa can be called. I'll hold the staff. Stefan, the crown, and Lord Bacaro. Would you guard the gauntlet?
The crown will be safe here in Castle Mornard.
I am honored by your trust. The Society of the Steadfast will protect the gauntlet.
You continue to amaze me, friend. Your efforts on I'ffellon went beyond the call of a mere mercenary. Thank you. While the Druid circles choose new leaders and the Firesong regain our trust, it's better that we separate the regalia for now. Tradition demands that together, they acknowledge a new Druid king. Since no Druid is ready to make that claim, better that Laurel, Bacaro, and I keep them safe. Galen is at peace. The dread sails have dispersed, the Druid war has ended. Now, I face a new challenge, more intimidating than 1,000 foes. I must take my father's place as Count, leader of my house, steward of Galen, and loyal vassal of High King Emmerich. There are wounds to heal, things to tear down and build anew. Old grievances led to the madness of the Firesong, the rage of the Ascendant Order. No more. The people of Galen, druids, nobles, and townsfolk alike, are one. I will lead them as such. Thank you for giving me that opportunity, my friend.
Time for a drink, then, and
Your
a
quest
toast
to
to the hero
improve
of
never
Galen.
ends, just like a knight.
For someone who isn't a sea elf, you certainly make an impression. The Gilded Blades could use a fighter like you. If you're ever looking for work, look me up. The Lordling says the Mad Maiden will always have a berth here if I want it. For now, the Mad Maiden needs repairs. We took some damage in that broadside with the Firesong druids. It's nice to have a friendly port where we can tend to that work. And I have grown fond of the food they serve here in the castle. Not in the least. That's just between the Gilded Blades and Galen. Marimer don't have friends. We have prey. But it might be useful to have a neutral port where we can talk or trade. I'll mention it to King Orgnum next time I see him.
I've seen my share of rough waters. This business with the Dreadsails and the Firesong was about the worst I can recall. Nice to have smooth sailing again. I imagine I'll set sails sooner or later. I'm a treasure hunter at heart, not a court mage. But I'm in no hurry. Count Stefan is going to need some help putting the island back together. I'm not about to leave him in a bind.
So many good people lost. Raval, Alec, my father. But through it all we endured. Galen is safe now, in no small part because of you. You have my thanks. I hope I can be as worthy of the title of Count as you are of hero, my friend. You misunderstand. I don't plan to lord over the druids. Instead, I want to welcome the druid circles as friends and neighbors. Give them a voice in the governing of the island, if they want it. My time with the druids, I understand them. Just that I learned the ways of the druids, as well as the ways of a knight and Breton noble. Too long have the druids in House Mornard sought the glory of the past. This is an opportunity to find a new path that combines the best of our legacies. No surviving Stonelore was as close to Archdruid Raval as Laurel was. She would be a strong and passionate voice for her circle here at court. An excellent idea, friend. Oh, that's not what you were asking, is it? Well, let's leave it at that. What can I say? They both taught me so much. My father was a hard man, but fair. He wanted the best for me. And he demanded the best in return. Archdruid Raval was a mentor and a good friend. Together they showed me what it means to be a Breton. We are blessed with a dual nature, part elf, part human. Our legacy on one hand encompasses nobility and knighthood, while on the other it embraces magic and the natural world. I think I've been trying to reconcile this duality my entire life. I believe I have. Why limit ourselves to one aspect of the Breton legacy? There's room for it all in our hearts. That's why I'll include the Druids in Galen's government somehow. Who knows? I may even become something new. A Druid Knight, perhaps.
How strange. My purpose has been fulfilled. Yet, I still grow. Tell me, Laurel friend, how do you choose a purpose? Mortals have none naturally, I am told. Something I like. I like being with Druid Laurel. I like to walk in the woods and listen to songs as old as the world. To care for the gentle creatures of the forest, tend seedlings that fall on hard soil. Then I will do that. Listen, tend, learn. I am old in seasons, but young in understanding. Perhaps I will come to understand more of this world with the passing seasons. Thank you, Laurel friend. I am glad our roots intertwined.
You've done so much for us, friend. I just wish Archdruid Raval were here to guide us. I hope we made the right decision to separate the regalia, and that the circles can form a new Dreyfa sooner rather than later. Everything is so different now. I haven't spoken with our surviving elders and archdruids about that yet. I did briefly consider asking to be part of the new Dreyfa, but I'm not sure that's a good idea. I'm a much better historian than I am a counselor. But if I'm asked, I will. Free will always have a place among the stone lore. But without a purpose, I'm not sure what they'll decide to do. Most nature spirits are bound to a particular location. Not free. They can come and go as they please. But I hope they decide to stay.
What strange times we live in. Signs and wonders spring from ancient legend to walk among us. And now, we have the tools to crown a new Druid king, if we so choose. What should we do with them, I wonder? The Council of Druid Leaders? Oh, of course, but how long will it take them to sort that out? No, I was speaking in the abstract. It is an interesting puzzle to consider, don't you think? Oh, most certainly. The steadfast knights will keep it safe. But I need to return to High Isle. The attacks, the damage to the city, and the ongoing activity from Mount Firesong have devastated Galen. The island needs all the aid I can give it. Healers, supplies, everything the Society of the Steadfast is known for. I need to coordinate efforts and stock the ships, but our pavilions will spring up before you know it. And when I return, I look forward to working closely with Count Stefan.